Hey, how you doing? It's Chuck Engler, Spring Piston Rifle Fever. Today, I got the Hatsan 95 out and I got the bundled scope out. This video is to what to do, how to use your Optima scope, your bundled scope. And these principles are going to apply with most scopes, especially these. This is going to have to do more with the low budget end scopes. A lot of people are like, throw it away, it's junk, this and that, but why not use it? Why not give it a try? I'm going to give it a try, and I just want to show you how to use this. By the way, I also want to say is that I found my red fiber optic front sight post, and I found some Gorilla Glue, super glue, in my cupboard, and I put that in there, and I still have the paint on it, and it really shows really well. I don't know if I can do a good job at showing that. I'm going to pick the camera up here and try not to have it look too cruddy. But there's the back end. I don't know how well that showed up. I hope it showed up decent. Sorry about my fat hand. Now we're going to get back up after the scope. Okay, everybody. When you get this scope, take your scope cap covers off. That's it. Take the scope cap covers off. And first thing you're going to do is you're going to look at it. Look down like 10 yards, especially if you do a little basement shooting. You want to see if you can focus at 10 yards. And most likely you're not going to be able to focus at 10 yards. So what you're going to want to do is adjust this eye relief piece here. So it's got a ring right here, and then it's got the cap here. So if it's too tight together, you're going to have to loosen the ring here first, and then the eyepiece. And simply, you are just going to put it up to your face, and you are going to adjust. I'll see if I can. Yeah, we're probably not going to see too well through that. Well, what you're going to be seeing is a lot of blurriness immediately. At least I do. So what you want to do is you want to back that out, unscrew it. Lefty loosey, righty tighty. Start unscrewing it with your eye focused on it. And what you're going to want to accomplish is getting a balance between reticle, that means your crosshairs, so you can still see them decently, and see your target decently. You're not going to get both perfect, but you're going to want to find a balance in that. So you'll keep on loosening this, and you'll probably lose some vision of your crosshairs. Then you want to come back just a little bit, and hopefully that will provide some balance. Also, for shooting up close, you're going to want it cranked all the way down to 3 power. So that's going to make a big difference too. 3 power is going to give you your best clarity, especially close up. So I think I'm about there. A few more cranks, and yeah, right there. So you want it so when your target starts to get blurry, crank back just a little bit. And then you're going to crank this ring down on top of everything, this guy right here. So now it's a little bit of a pain, but I'm just holding it with my pinky and holding it with my other fingers right here. And I'll just pull that right down on top. So I'll pull that right down on top, and I will tighten it up. You want to cinch it down pretty good because you're shooting your, it might throw things off again. Let me look. Still looks pretty decent, but that's gonna cinch this down so it doesn't, you don't keep on losing sight picture. One other thing you're gonna want to use is some sort of thread locker. This is blue Loctite. You're going to want to use that on all of your screws here. I also would suggest when you put your scope on, you're going to want to slide it back far as you can because this scope stop is quite far forward, and messing with that is going to be a little hard. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up these screws a little bit and try to get this set down on what's called the dovetail rail. Many of you will be like, yeah, I know all that stuff. This is stupid elementary stuff. But to some air gunners, some people just starting in, they might not know. So I gotta open this up more. That's not happening. There we go. Sometimes you just gotta wiggle and wiggle your scope into position. Don't ever crank anything down unless you know it's perfect where you want it. So I'm just hand tightening this at the moment, and if you want to get real fancy, you can have yourself a bubble level. I personally have not used this with any of my rifles, but what you could do is set this on your breech block. That's right where the barrel inserts and comes into the back of the action where you cock your rifle. Make sure that bubble is in the middle, and then pick it up and put it on your scope. Unfortunately, this scope has round cap covers, so you would need to take your cap covers off. So unscrew your cap cover here, and this will take a straight slotted screw to adjust. So what you're going to want to do, I know this video's got to be boring as ever, so you want to get that thing balanced, and this is really the super cheapskate way of not wanting to excuse me, pay for a good bubble scope level system. So I just set that on the front, and this is not the best setup, so I just adjusted the buttstock a little bit, twisted it, and got it into position. Checked in the back, it's perfect right here. You're going to want to take your time tightening down. You're going to want to alternate back and forth. Personally, I'm not going to do this right now, but you don't want to cinch one side down super tight and then do the other side. You want to go back and forth and make sure everything is nice and balanced. And when you make your adjustments to your elevation and to your windage, I got this all screwed up. It's supposed to be, there we go. So when you make your adjustments to your elevation and your windage, like a stinking fool. So when you make your adjustments to that, don't worry about making tiny adjustments. There was a girl on, what was that? American Air Gunner, where she was fooling with a little budget scope on her Crossman, and she was only making a few little clicks here and there. Don't be afraid to make half or full turn adjustments. If you have a shot that's low down here, give it a big, and your bullseye's up here, give it a full crank. See where it ends up. If your shot groups start ending up here, go half back. If it just needs a little bit, do a quarter turn. Just fine tune it from there. It's not super scientific. Well, it can be super scientific, but we don't have to make it that way. We just crank those knobs and pay attention. You make a big full turn, like I said, just make a half turn back, and you'll have it. You'll have it on in no time flat. Also, like I had said, having this scope back further for your face is going to help, so you don't have to pull your face so far forward. This is a little bit uncomfortable for me to try to wrench my face far forward, and this is all the way back. But so eventually I will get some sort of adapter. I did actually have a Hatsan 125 caliber that I sold several years ago. But what I did is I removed the scope stop here, and I used one of the holes, one of the very back holes, the screw holes, for the stop pin. So I was able to move the whole scope back at least an inch or better, and that made a huge difference for that rifle. So I hope this video isn't too boring. I hope this is helping you understand a little bit to figure out how to mount your scope and what to do. It's not super rocket science. Just don't try worrying about making little adjustments. Make big adjustments, and then make little adjustments from there. Just hop back and forth. Have fun with it. Don't stress over it. It's an air rifle. God bless you all. Have a great day.